It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Divas That Care. My name is Candice Gish, and if this is your very first time tuning in, a big welcome to you. We're so excited that you're going to be listening to today's program, and I hope that you're able to go check out all of our amazing hosts and their guests at divasthatcare.com. Well, today we have an amazing guest coming onto the show. I'm excited. I've had the opportunity to talk with this amazing woman, and you're going to love her because she's got an amazing group. She's doing a lot of great things out there, and I don't want to dive into it because I really want her to share what it's all about and to inspire all of you. Today's guest is Rosanna Patella, and Rosanna, I am just beyond excited to have you a part of our Diva family.
Oh, thank you so much. I have been counting the days down on a calendar to talk to you. Just so you know. I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. I am just excited to hear what you're going to share with all of us. I know a little bit about you, but could you spend some time maybe sharing a little bit about who you are and what you do with all of our listeners today?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm Rosanna Patella. I am probably, if you want to remember me, as the lifelong problem solver. That's me. When I was 8, I staged a full production of The Sound of Music with 5 children in my backyard. So I am not, afraid of big challenges. Right now on Vancouver Island, I have established with my partner, Phil Rothstein, a group, the One Voice Institute of Elemental Ethics and Education. Long name, but it's important because it includes three important things: a voice, ethics, and education. So what we're doing here and what we've done for the last 10 years in the States before we arrived here is to identify problems, big problems, and bring together a brain trust, like an international group of people with brilliant minds, to resolve problems. And here on the island, those problems boil down to a number of things. One is we learned that some of the charities have very seasonal contributions. So we're looking to define a way that the charities can bring in incomes on a reliable schedule. So that's one thing. Second thing is we realized that artists and entrepreneurs really needed exposure and really needed help in promotion and being uplifted and spotlighted. So we are creating the Isla Spotlight, which I can tell you more about. And then third, we realized that the hospitality industry, we knew that it was in trouble before because it is so totally dependent on tourism, but we also realized that because of COVID, a lot of our hospitality partners are in a really bad downturn. So we are redefining the hospitality paradigm and creating a technology offering that will uplift them, help them to recoup their losses from COVID, and actually have something so dynamic and so impressive for their customers that no one will be thinking about the new normals. So that's what we're working on right now. I have an amazing team on Vancouver Island that's growing literally every day. And It's a very exciting time of life. Lots of problems to resolve, as you can imagine.
Oh, my goodness. I can't even imagine. And I think that's where I was really intrigued by you when we had first talked. We were introduced by a mutual friend of ours, and I'm like, wow, she does this. Wow, she does that. And I thought it was very innovative, what you're doing. You're using your imagination. You're looking outside the box. I don't even think you have a box. And, you're really supporting and helping others out there.
That's the name of the game. What I realize is that, business is often focused on the bottom line and the income volume and the way to do well on taxes. That's what business is often about. We realized that our most profitable periods over the last 10 years were when we were involving ourselves in projects that had huge pieces that were really community engagement and business development for others. And that actually turned out to be the most profitable times for our organization. So we had more to invest in the same. So we're doing that now. It's amazing that you can get up every morning, do wonderful work, feel good about what you're doing, and have a profitable and stable company.
Oh, I agree. And that's exactly what you've been doing. And what a time to be really helping people out. And they're really appreciative of what you're doing because they're probably overwhelmed with everything going on, not knowing where to look for support. A lot of people have lost their businesses in this whole spectrum of things that have been happening in our world. You know, a lot of people are so uncertain. And I think you're giving a lot of people hope that everything is going to be okay.
That's our product. Exactly. We were asked to define our service and our product, and, you know, we fall into the category of like management consultants or something like that. But really what we do is we identify opportunities for organizations or people like artists. A perfect example is we have some amazing artists on the island. They create works that beyond your imagination, beautiful sculptures and paintings and, you know, all sorts of gorgeous stuff that the world just doesn't know about. So the logical thing for us to do is to put a light on it. We're spotlighting them. The problem is many artists are not business people. So they don't have all the collaterals and all the infrastructure that they need. They don't have a social media schedule. They don't have a website. They don't have a bio or an elevator speech. They don't have all those things that we all in business know that you need. So our team goes to bat, creates an assessment, does discovery with them, figures out where all the gaps are, and then we set up a roadmap and a timeline. And we fill in all of those gaps, and then they're ready to rock. And then this August, we'll be launching the platform, the first phase, with, I believe, 24 partners, and they will be ready to go. They have their e-commerce set up. They have a gallery. They have auctions. They have brokered deals that will work out for them. Some of them will be part of coffee table books, all sorts of different income streams that they didn't have before and that they couldn't have identified or done on their own because they didn't have the capital or the cash to do it. And you know, you're in business. You understand these things cost money. So we have a pay-forward model. We invest, we incubate all of these businesses ourselves. We pay the tab, so to speak. After they become profitable and reach a threshold that they determine that they need to reach, whatever that is, then after that, they will pay back into the platform 10% to keep it going for others. And then we have other sources of income that will be, you know, sponsors and advertisers who are very interested in the same audiences. So it's a wonderful model. It only helps, right, our artists and our entrepreneurs, builds them up. Also, the customers get to see some pretty marvelous stuff that they would not know about, right? So we've got gallery owners and boutique owners and all of these other people that would love to know about what happens on the island, but they just don't. And so we're just going to create that bridge, and then, you know, the magic happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
People who need things and people who create. Yeah, exactly. And the wondrous part of it, you know, Canada is the land of people who help each other, in my view. It's just the nature of the beast. But the partners, now knowing that they're all coming onto the platform together, are helping each other. So some of them are photographers and other service providers, and they're looking at their fellow, you know, partners and going, hey, you need a good headshot. Let me take care of that for you. You know what I mean? So it's wonderful because it creates this sense of community, helping each other, pulling each other up by the bootstraps. COVID has provided a partition for a lot of people. It's separated us, right? So here's this opportunity to kind of be together even though we're apart and help each other move into the platform. So we love it. We love the dynamic. The phones ring off the hooks. And it's wonderful because we think that the movement will continue. We always try to create self-sustaining programs. And so this one definitely will sustain itself as more people move through it.
I can see that completely. And I really like that you're bringing what you were mentioning before is that community back. You know, I think we've spent a lot of years being almost everybody's competition. You didn't want to talk to anybody because you felt like they were going to take your business away. And you know, years ago, I said to people, I'm like, why do you think that way? I'm like, working together, isn't that a better thing? And they're like, nope, you're going to. And I always thought, that mind frame. And what I love about your community is that you are changing that. You're changing the thought process. And I think when you change your thoughts, so many better things will happen. I'm all about putting as much positive energy into the world, and I think that's you'll reap that in return instead of putting that negative out there.
You do. Your show, definitely. I listen to a lot of your episodes, and it is very positive and uplifting. We all need that. So I thank you for that.
Thank you.
One thing I wanted to mention is, as I said, part of our name is ethics and education, and you hit on a very important point, is competition in business. So we are taking our education part very seriously. We model this behavior, and we're completely transparent. So we have other consulting groups that I guess they feel like they're competitors. We do not feel that way. We like to open up and share transparently how we work and what we do. We kind of defy people to do it better because we've been doing it for a long time, so, bring it on. But on the other hand, we are hoping that this is contagious. Right, we can't go on. The world as a whole is a very greedy place. It's a very power hungry place. If you just look at world affairs right now, you can see that. And so we're trying to set an example where you can be very generous, you can teach, you can share, you can partner, still be very stable, grow, be competitive, but not have to have that negative ethic as part of your principles. Yes. And so we think it's important at the corporate level, too, not just the community level. We also bring in a lot of students because we believe that, that's the world is theirs. It's going to be theirs very soon. And so we've hired a lot of students and graduate students, co-op students, to bring them through this philosophy. It's wonderful to see because of their youth, right? They're not quite jaded yet. They embrace this idea of, collaboration, cool. Let's work with other people. Let's bring them together. It's natural to them. And so we want to reinforce it and say, let's not change. As you go back into the world now and you become part of other organizations, which we hope not, we love to keep our students, but if they do, we want them to bring this, we've got a better idea with them and share that. So it's a positive contagion,
love that.
if you will.
Well, that's so contagious,
the opposite
like
of COVID.
You're saying. We want that. We want to spread that. I was going to say we want to spread that as far as we can get it.
Exactly. Don't wear masks when it comes to collaboration. we want that. And we learn from them too. The wonderful thing about our employees and our staff is that we have a very flat organization. So even when we're brainstorming this new technology that I mentioned about this hospitality offering, we have people that are in the brainstorming meeting that are renowned and have lots of credentials, Emmy winners in virtual reality and all these kinds of things. But we also have interns. And in true brainstorming, the philosophy is that every idea is a good idea. So that doesn't matter if it's coming from someone who's 19 or 45, Emmy winner or new beginner. The idea is what matters. So it kind of, level sets the group. We've gotten amazing ideas from everyone in the group, right, at all levels. And so they're learning that their voice, remember one voice, right, their voice is important. They need to understand that it's not just about their resume. It's not about their title. It's who they are and their experience and their passion. So when we represent an idea and we say, hey, guys, this is really important. This technology is going to save hospitality businesses. It's going to be allowing these mom-and-pop businesses to continue, not just survive, but thrive, because we're going to help them. Everyone gets really excited. Now they're like the mounted police. They're coming in with a mission. They want to help, and they brainstorm like crazy, and those ideas are worth their weight in gold. So I would recommend business people to open their ears, listen to the people in their groups. I don't care what position they have. When I worked at MoneyGram, I was a VP for MoneyGram in another life, and I used to bring people into the brainstorming meetings that were not even really staff. They were like security guards and other people, but they had knowledge of our customers. They had knowledge of our team, and their input was really valuable, even though they would normally not be invited into that type of thing. And I think that people miss that. They forget. All the people in the room have something to say. You just have to open your ears and listen.
Oh, I think that's great, and I love that philosophy. Question that I have for you, Rosanna, I know that you do this in Victoria. Is this something that you're wanting to expand into different areas? Because obviously you probably work more of a local area, or are you working on a global level?
Yes. So yes to all those questions. So we are definitely expanding since we moved to Victoria area, the Vancouver Island, and those needs immediately popped up. We started focusing on those, but everything that One Voice does is a proof of concept. So when we were working with the educators in the United States, we defined some needs that they had. For example, they needed to publish their works more often, so we became a publishing company. They needed to come together and share their research, so we became an event conference company and ran those. We had people from 62 countries coming together to share their work and to further their work and partner the research on the research. So we always do things in a global way, second step. So the thing with the platform that we're building right now, the Isla Spotlight, that will be built in other areas of Canada. We're already researching where it is needed and where we will, kind of duplicate it. And also with the paradigm, that is global. So the hospitality industry all over the world is failing. It's not just here in Canada, right? It's the whole world. And so, and what we're offering will allow them to take that next step and actually just leap over the COVID problem, just leap over it and move into a new paradigm. So, yeah, we are definitely global. Yeah, we have a network of people that we have worked with over the last more than a decade that are so generous and so involved and so happy to help with something positive. What I'm finding is a lot of the people that we attract are not in that mode, like their work every day or their lives every day, or maybe their positions with their companies. I'm not sure what it is, but they don't have that thing that makes them get up every morning and be happy and positive and I'm working towards something great. They don't have that. So they get involved with One Voice, and now every week we will meet with them and we will give them updates and we'll tell them what's going on, and they contribute willingly, happily, because it makes their lives a little bit more positive, and it gives them that, raison d'etre, something really cool that they can look back on and say, I was a part of it, even though they have really great, busy lives. I think everybody needs a One Voice. Everybody needs something that they're a part of that makes them feel good, like you do. Like your show is one of those things, right? It's one of those things that you would do it for free, get up every morning and do it because it's just wonderful. We provide that. I think we create a vehicle for people to get involved with something, and we'll use help in whatever form it comes. We have lawyers, accountants, photographers, people that have their own organizations, and they all just come with open hands and say, how can we help you? And so I think that we provide a service.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a wonderful part of the world, I'll tell you that.
Well, I just think it's absolutely brilliant. And every time I listen to you talk, I have this big grin on my face right now. And I almost wish, I don't like to do a lot of videos, but I almost wish you could see my expression, because I just love listening to you. And I love listening to that energy, because it is exactly what our world needs right now. We need more of that. And what you guys are providing is such a great thing. And I can't wait to see how you do expand it to different areas. One of the things that I see that you do is workshops and events. How are you going to be doing that through this COVID-19? Are you able to do more stuff online now?
Yeah, we completely converted, realizing what the precautions were. We've already started. We have a wonderful media manager, Jake Hawley, who converted everything we did so that now we can record beautiful online workshops. So one of the things that we do, for example, is we uplift chefs and culinary artists, specifically ones that are in niches that people are really interested in. So right now, the low-carb keto wave is really fashionable. It actually was around since the 1950s. But anyway, we did some workshops so that people could understand how to create low-carb, very delicious things, something called a chocolate fat bomb. You have to try it. It's amazing. So we recorded a workshop that shows one of our keto chefs creating these fat bombs. It takes like 15 minutes. It's totally delicious. It melts in your mouth, and it's good for you. So, those kinds of things. And we do a lot of podcasts that we've been recording, so that's another way to get the word out about people. And we're also on the platform, we'll be doing live events. So you know how you can live stream a video event, right? So we'll be doing that where we have like live auctions of beautiful pieces created on the island or auction lots, which don't have to be art. They can be like leather works and chocolates and, cheese and things like that. So auction lots. We'll also be doing a lot of like a gallery. We have a gallery online that will be a platform that you'll be walking through the gallery and looking at
wonderful.
all the pieces. Yeah, and we have music so that as you're walking through, you'll hear music. It's really interesting. We're trying to create an experience that even though you're not there, you kind of feel like you're there.
Oh, I think that is extraordinary.
And it's more lifestyleish. Yeah, it's more lifestyleish. We are also doing a lot of product shoots in various locations safely, but in the backdrop of nature and the beach and other things, so people can get that lovely feeling of seeing that beautiful leather handbag, right? But see it in a lifestyle shot. Have a mom pick it up and put it on her shoulder, walking along the ocean. It's a different kind of a thing. We're trying to make it a little bit more entertaining and a little less salesy. We're pretty sure the products are going to sell themselves. We don't have to worry about that. They're pretty damn wonderful. But we want to give people a little more pleasurable experience, right? And get to know our producers, the people who create all these things. Yeah. Through the platform, they can also connect, because we realize we're not the purveyor of all things. There will be deals, there will be interest, there will be radio shows and radio appearances and articles and other things that people will want to talk to our partners about. And, we don't limit that, so there'll be communication. They can reach out to them securely and say, hey, we're writing a book on artists. Would you like to be a part of it? And so that they can get that exposure as well, not just e-commerce, but more like branding,
Exactly. No, I think that's extraordinary. And I want to, before our show ends here, Rosanna, how can our listeners get a hold of you? What is all of your social media links?
Oh, sure. So, we're on everything, right? The best way to find us is to go to our website, because all of the social media is there. So that's like probably the quickest, fastest thing. It's onevoiceinstitute.com, all one word. And also I know a lot of companies shy away from direct phone calls. They try to funnel everything through their website. We love phone calls. So I'm going to leave my number, 250-884-0500. And we love it when people just pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm doing this. How can you help me? That's our favorite phone call. So anybody who wants to just reach in, we are not too busy to talk to you. So I know that's how business works these days. Everything gets funneled. Nobody funnels anything at One Voice. Every person who calls, sends an email, contacts us through the website, reaches out on Facebook, every single one of those people we reach out to personally. So, it's a little different setup. We really welcome new people to the group.
Well, we like that. And I love that concept, because you're right. Everything is definitely going back into text messaging or emails. And, it's really nice to be able to talk one-on-one with people. And I do that too. I like to be able to talk with people, because you can really hear, you listen to exactly who that person is. You can hear a lot in their voice.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much. Rosanna, is there any last-minute tips, tools, things that you want to share with our listeners today?
Yeah, I would like to say one thing, and I'm sure that your listeners are of the type that probably don't need this reminder, but I would just say the world is a really difficult place right now. There's just a lot of problems and issues. If you could just remember every day, just be kind. Just share whatever you can to just offset that bad karma. That would be my request, is just be kind as much as you can be every day.
Well, I personally love that advice. So thank you so much. I had a great time,
Thank
Rosanna.
you.
I hope that you could come back on the program again.
I will. And we know when we launch in August, I'm happy to come back and remind everybody to come visit and enjoy and benefit. And I'll keep you informed, Candace. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I had a really great time. And, I know that you and I are going to be collaborating on some projects in the future, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with all of our listeners later on, too.
You bet. You bet. Thanks again. Have a great day, Candace.
Thank you. You also.
Bye.
And I want to do a big shout-out to all of our amazing listeners. It's because of you we've continued to do this for 10 years. We now have over 15 hosts on the Divas That Care Network, and please tune into them. They are amazing women that are interviewing extraordinary people from around the world. We're listened to in over 30 countries now, And we're very thankful and grateful for all of you. It's because of you that we've continued to do this. So thank you so much. I hope that each and every one of you has a great day. And like Rosanna had mentioned, please be kind to people out there. We really do need it. Until next time, all the best. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.